Hey guys, what's going on? It is Dan Lags and welcome back to another top 10 video here on Dan Lags Plus. And today I'm doing top 10 favorite Call of Duties of all time, my personal opinion. This is going to be taken from all the Call of Duty games that I've played, so I'm not going to be including the games on this list that I've never played, which are Call of Duty 1 and 2. Those are the only ones I haven't played. I've played Call of Duty 3 all the way up through the current game, Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare Remastered. So another thing, I'm only basing this off of my experience on multiplayer. However, if it's a tie between two games, then I'll take the campaign and other modes like zombies or whatever into play. So that's going to be kind of usually just a tiebreaker, but this is going to be mainly based off of multiplayer. So let's get started. All right, coming in at number 10 is Advanced Warfare. This game came out 2 years ago, and this is probably the Call of Duty game that I've played the least in terms of multiplayer. Just didn't really like it. It just the jetpack movement in that game turned me off. I don't mind jetpacking if it's done right. I didn't feel like it was done right in Advanced Warfare. Not a lot of things held me to keep playing that game. The kill streaks weren't very good. And just the boost movements, the vertical and horizontal boost movement was just too fast for me. And it's just something that I didn't really feel like taking the time to getting used to. So I just kind of, just threw it off to the side after maybe only about 2 weeks of playing it. So Advanced Warfare is number 10. I don't really think this game's not really that good anyway. Not that many people like this game, so it starts off the list at 10. Coming in at number 9 is Call of Duty Ghosts. So that was the game right before Advanced Warfare. Infinity Ward developed this one. The reason why this one's ahead of Advanced Warfare, because pretty much these are tied for me in terms of my least favorites. These are ahead of Advanced Warfare because it's just boots on the ground and it's just a little bit easier to play. But Call of Duty Ghosts had some of the similar problems. The kill streaks were terrible in Call of Duty Ghosts. The maps were terrible, and the guns killed way too fast. The time to kill in that game was way, way too fast, and it just made this multiplayer stale for me. And again, this was a game I only played for maybe a couple of weeks. Keep in mind that the Ghost Advanced Warfare days were part of the time that I was really, really into Minecraft and like really just grinding that every day, so I didn't really play any other games. So that was probably part of it. I might have played those games more if I had never, been playing Minecraft. You never know. But those two are sitting at the bottom. Coming in at number 8 is Modern Warfare 3. Some people really like this game. Some people it's like their first COD. So I mean, well, every COD on this list is somebody's first COD. But Modern Warfare 3 was disappointing for me as a sequel to Modern Warfare 2. I just didn't really. There wasn't like a ton of huge changes from MW2 to 3. And there was just more problems. I was expecting something completely revolutionary with Modern Warfare 3, and that's just not what I got. The reason why I thought this is because the jump from Call of Duty 4 to Modern Warfare 2 was just a massive jump in terms of just like revolutionary, innovative ideas for the game. And then that was just not the case from MW2 to 3. So it almost just felt like a DLC of MW2, maybe without noob tubes and some other things added. But I just wasn't a fan of it. I didn't like the support kill streaks where you could just drop a stealth bomber if you're going like 13 and 30, you can just drop a stealth bomber. I thought that was kind of stupid. And it was just a game that I just didn't really get attached to for whatever reason. Not saying it's a bad game. And pretty much every game on this list is Call of Duty, which is, I love Call of Duty. So I mean, I like all the games on this list, theoretically. I'm just trying to rank them from the ones I like the most to the ones I like the least, and MW3 is pretty low on this list. Coming in at number 7 is Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare Remastered. I'm mixing these into the same category here since they're both the same game, basically. Only difference is Modern Warfare Remastered has supply drops with new weapons, which I'd probably put Modern Warfare Remastered below the original Call of Duty 4. In fact, I would, even to this day, I'd probably rather go back and play the original Call of Duty 4 than Modern Warfare Remastered, believe it or not. But Call of Duty 4 is a beloved game. It's pretty low on this list, obviously number 7, so there's 6 CODs I like more. For a lot of people, this might be number 1. I just don't get that same vibe with this game. It was one of the first CODs I played, but I don't know, it's just, there's other games I like more. Not saying this one's bad, I do have lots of great memories on COD 4. It's just, I don't know, the remastered version was really bad in my eyes, and that kind of like killed the vibe for this game. It probably would be higher on the list if it wasn't for that. But I have some good memories in the original COD 4, but it's just I couldn't put it any higher in the list, just being honest. Coming in at number 6 is Infinite Warfare. And you're probably thinking Infinite Warfare, it should be number 10. That's the worst COD ever. Just look at the dislikes. I actually don't mind Infinite Warfare. The multiplayer is okay. It's pretty similar to Black Ops 3. It's like a worse version of Black Ops 3, but it's still pretty decent. It's nothing special. I haven't played it like a ton. Like I went all the way to Prestige Master on Black Ops 3 last year. This year on Advanced Warfare, I think I'm like 6th Prestige, so I haven't even gotten through the game. But it's still a pretty fun game. And you know, the jetpack movement is okay in the game. It's smooth. It's actually a pretty smooth game in terms of how it plays, honestly. It's just there's nothing like super like groundbreaking about it, which is why I can't put it any higher on the list. Plus, if I put it any higher on this list, I'm probably gonna get roasted because nobody likes Infinite Warfare, so I gotta be careful of that. So that's Infinite Warfare at number 6. Coming in at number 5 is Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2 is a really good COD, and pretty much every COD from here on out is like an incredible game. Black Ops 2 at 5 is probably pretty low. If you took like a consensus of the community of Call of Duty, I'd imagine that Black Ops 3 would probably be like top 3 for most people, maybe even number 1. The thing with Black Ops 3 is I didn't like it as much as other people did, and this is partially, and again, because I was playing a ton of Minecraft during the Black Ops 2 life cycle, so I didn't play it as much as maybe I could have potentially. It's not to say I didn't like Black Ops 2. I loved Black Ops 2. It was a really fun game, and definitely one of my favorites. I think in terms of weapon balance, I think Black Ops 2 is the best COD ever made. I think in terms of competitive aspects of the game, it was probably the best COD ever made. I just, for whatever reason, I didn't get into it as much as other people did, but I still absolutely love the game. But there's just other ones that I had to put higher just for, you know, personal reasons. Coming in at number 4 is Call of Duty World at War. And Call of Duty World at War is basically the World War II version of Call of Duty 4. It's the same engine, same 357 set kill streaks, and, you know, it's got similar time to kill. But the difference between those games, and the reason why I have World at War at 4 compared to COD 4 at 7, it's just because World at War was the first Call of Duty that really got me hooked to the series. I had played Call of Duty 4 and Call of Duty 3 before World at War came out, but World at War was just the hooker for me. I played it, and I was absolutely addicted to it when it was out. I love the World War II aspect of the game, which is why I'm very excited for this year's COD, World War II. And I love like just the classic World War II weapons. I thought World at War has some of the best maps in Call of Duty history. You're talking about Cliffside, Castle, Upheaval, Macon. You know, the list goes on and on. Courtyard. I could probably just name like Airfield. I can name so many more. Asylum. It just keeps on going. So, you know, pretty much whatever map pops up in the rotation, you know, I'm like excited to play it. And I just love those classic weapons. It's just a fun game. It's not really that great. It has some problems. World at War, it's got bad hit detection. The MP40 is overpowered. Half the perks in the game are completely useless, including half the guns. So it's not a perfect game, but it's just got that special place for me, which is why I love it, and that's why it's at number 4. Coming in at number 3 is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. So this is the highest you're going to see a jetpack game from pretty much anybody. Again, I don't mind the jetpack games if they're done well, and I thought Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 3 was done very well. As a matter of fact, I've noticed that since Infinite Warfare has been out, a lot of people have been like changing their opinions on Black Ops 3 and saying like, "Oh, this game's a lot better than, you know, it seemed when it was in its prime," because of, you know, it's better than Infinite Warfare, and you kind of appreciate it more once, you know, you don't know what's good until it's gone. You know that old saying. But Black Ops 3 is a really well-made game. Treyarch knocked it out of the park again, and I actually think it's better than Black Ops 2. I just think it's a fast-paced, you know, fun game. Great kill streaks. I love the specialists in the game. Good maps. Weapons were pretty balanced. You know, Treyarch does a good job balancing things ever since World at War. World at War, I thought, taught them a lesson that, like, okay, we're never gonna go that unbalanced ever again. But Black Ops 3 was a really good game. Real smooth gameplay. Good connections on that game. Not that many campers because of the jetpacks. It was just a fun, fast-paced game. I loved the competitive aspect of it as well. I really enjoyed Black Ops 3, which is why I put it this high up on the list. Maybe a little bit higher than other people would place it, but I thought it was a really well done game. Coming in at number 2, we have Black Ops 1. Man, I love Black Ops 1. I was really close to putting this number 1 on the list. It's actually, like, it's pretty close. I would say number 1 slightly, you know, gets past it, but Black Ops 1 is just an amazing game. Kill streaks in that game were amazing. That game had a pretty solid multiplayer balance. You know, it wasn't perfect, but it was a huge jump from World at War in terms of balance from Treyarch's front. Great maps in that game. Like I said, great kill streaks, fun weapons. I just thought it was a solid game. It was just a really good, solid game that I have a ton of fun memories on. I actually met Tyler on Black Ops 1, so that's like another reason why I like that game. You know, met one of my friends on that game, which is pretty cool. So, you know, I don't really have too much to say about this game. The fact that it was just really solid, and it goes back to when I was really, really addicted to the series. So that's why it's here at number 2. It may not be like the most balanced game, but holy moly, was it fun. And finally coming in at number 1 is Modern Warfare 2. This is my favorite game. I've said this in a few of my MW2 videos. This is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. And it's really not that close. I mean, but when it comes to memories, this game is by far number 1 playing with my friends. Like literally after school every day, after I got home from track practice or cross-country practice, I would fire up the game and my friends would play Search. We'd play Search and Destroy for like 3 hours. It was like every night. It was so fun. You know, just constant laughs at that game. That game was one that you don't take super seriously just because it was so broken at times with all the noob tubes and the commando and the guns that killed super fast. It was a crazy, hectic, frenetic game, but it's just the fun factor on that game was just, in my opinion, it blows every other Call of Duty out of the water. Even to this day, you know, 2017, the game's been out for what has it been, like 8 years almost. It's still like an incredibly fun game. You know, we've been doing Modern Warfare Tuesdays and playing the game, so definitely number 1 for me. It wasn't that hard to make this list, honestly. This is just my opinions. This is going to probably be a little bit different from like the consensus. I would say the consensus is probably like Modern Warfare 2 up near the top, Call of Duty 4 up near the top, Black Ops 2 up near the top, and then from there it might just be, you know, whatever. But that's just me. That's my list personally. You know, we got Modern Warfare 2 at number 1. I just absolutely love this game. This is the game, like World at War got me started on Call of Duty in terms of like the addiction to it, and then MW2 like sealed the deal. Like that game was like, okay, this is an amazing game. I absolutely love this series now. That's kind of like how it worked. So those games came right after each other. So anyway, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video doing my top 10 favorite Call of Duties based off multiplayer mainly. I didn't really have to do any tiebreakers, honestly, on this list. So it's just basically multiplayer experience. I did factor in zombies a little bit, but, you know, not too much, and the campaigns and stuff like that. I could do another list for top 10 campaigns. Advanced Warfare would probably be like top 3 if that was the case, because I loved that campaign. But rambling at this point, let me know what you guys, what's your favorite Call of Duty. You can drop a comment below. Drop a like if you did enjoy the video as well. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.